Great Day TV, we're talking the law, and we have Chris Garrison here from the Garrison Law Firm, and what to do if you have an accident. From a legal standpoint, what do you do if you're injured in an accident? These are the basics. You tell me.
What I want people to understand is this is something that they need to think about ahead of time. I know that doesn't sound like something you would normally do, but that's what I'm doing for you here today, is kind of giving you your plan ahead. What happens if I get hurt? So to plan ahead, there are certain things you need to do when an accident has happened. The first thing is obviously assess whether you've had an injury, because if you don't want to be doing something that will exacerbate your problem or even hurt you. First thing you got to do is figure out how it happened to you. I have so many clients that come in, say from a slip and fall, and I'll say, well, what caused you to fall? Well, I don't know. What, you didn't look and see what it was? No, I was in pain and I just didn't think about that. You know, I didn't see what caused me to fall.
Oh, no.
And of course, in their case, they're going to have to prove what made them fall, because it's got to be somebody else's fault, not theirs, if they're going to recover. They don't just get to recover because they fell on somebody else's property. Same thing if you're in a car accident. I mean, a lot of times when you're not at fault, you don't even know until the car stops and you've had a few seconds to kind of get your wits about you. Even then, you may not be real sure what happened. Then, of course, once you've done that, if there's witnesses, please get witness information. I see this all the time too. Yeah, there were 4 people there and they all came up and said it was the other guy's fault. And well, who are they? Well, I don't know, you know. Well, the best thing you do and the quickest thing you do is ask them if they got a business card.
Oh, good idea.
You know, because that gives you at least a good start. So those are things that are very important, particularly in a case where there may be some question about who was at fault. After you've done that, if there's anything that a picture might help, you know, everybody's got a cell phone. Take the phone out and take a picture.
Because you may not remember it. It looks different than the way you remember it. So take a picture. So
take a picture.
You get
exactly.
it right.
The next thing would be to make a report. If you've been injured in an accident that's somebody else's fault, you got to prove a couple different things. You got to prove, number one, that it even happened. How many times has somebody come into my office and they slipped and fell in some establishment and they were embarrassed? Very normal for people to be embarrassed. They pop up, they take off, they never tell anybody what happens. 3 days later, you know, they're in real pain. Turned out to be something serious, and unless there happens to be video, surveillance video that's been kept, you may have a hard time convincing them that that's where you got hurt, you know, was in their establishment. So,
and get prompt treatment, that's important.
That is very important, and that's, I've starred that, and you should all star that in your mind. Prompt treatment is the biggest problem we lawyers have in being able to prove somebody's case.
Because they waited too long.
They waited too long. You know, do something that makes a record.
A record.
And the other problem is people that do get hurt and they go in, oh, my hip is just killing me, you know, and so they don't mention the fact that their neck hurts too. But they never mentioned it until 6 weeks later, 6 months later. You know, and is the insurance company going to believe you when that happens? Or are they going to say,
why'd you wait so
you know, you can't prove it, and that's what's going to happen.
You can't prove it. All right, you've done all these things. Contact a personal injury lawyer. That would be you.
That would be me.
Okay.
Or somebody that's not as good as me. But yeah, if you've been injured, you've gotten some treatment, so you know that you've got a potential claim, call a lawyer.
Okay, that's part 1 of Chris Garrison with what to do if you're in an accident. And we'll have more coming up on Great Day TV next time about what to do when you need a lawyer. Stay with us on Great Day TV.